Alright, hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out Arcade Archives of Raiden on Nintendo Switch. Alright, looks like we have the original Japanese and the international. Let's check out the original first. Not sure what's different. Yeah, Raiden was a big moneymaker. At the time, in arcades, most games were moving towards 50 cents instead of just a single quarter. But this game typically stayed at a single quarter, and because of its well-balanced gameplay and its difficulty, it managed to, I think, really stay in the top of the charts and be a good moneymaker for most arcade operators who had it. So I really like it as well. I'm hoping at some point in time we get Raiden 2, so I can finally retire my Raiden Project disc that was on PlayStation 1. But we'll see. It took a long time for this to come out, and again, I'm glad it's finally here. I think my favorite home conversion is Raiden on TurboGrafx CD, PC Engine CD. That's probably my favorite of all the home versions. Although they cropped the screen because they didn't want to do any pillar boxing, but it's still a really good version. No waste the bomb right away. Yeah, that's typical. I know. Are you a laser player or a Vulcan player? I've always been a Vulcan player. Well, I don't think the Japanese music is quite as punchy as the international release. Mrr. Mrr. Ah, son of a gun. Something was bound to go wrong. Yeah, this particular game, has seen many releases, many home conversions. Whatever could play Raiden, there was pretty much a version for it somewhere, Again, it's just perfectly balanced gameplay. Not too straining on the technology. And it gives you a lot of bang for your buck. I mean, from a single credit. If you're really good and you've memorized everything, you'd be playing there for 20-25 minutes, which is unusual for an arcade game. Arcade games are meant to be enjoyed for, in like 5-minute sessions. Heck, it might even take longer than 20 minutes. For some reason, that sticks up in my mind. But maybe it's more like 30 minutes. bosses make you do a checkpoint, huh? I guess it makes sense when you have a chance to get a power up. Das! Damn it. Getting too antsy. Antsy! Oh, such sad party music. Just a nice gentle goodbye. Or more like a nice gentle you suck. Maybe not so gentle. Yeah, I mean, it's really, outside of the music, I really can't tell much of the difference between this and the international version, but we'll see. Maybe there's something else in there. Sometimes these international versions can be, drastically different. They didn't change the name, which I'm sure somebody was tempted to change that name. No, it's the same music. For some reason I thought it sounded different. Maybe it's just the PlayStation one sounds different. Or I'm just used to, listening to the Triple CD soundtrack. Oh no, I'm a laser. I'm a laser you. Please get into the general vicinity of my laser. I can't reach you otherwise. Yeah, it very much reminds me of a lot of the Toplin era top-down shooters. There's just something about the enemy placement and the pacing, which is still addictive to this day. It's like it's plenty challenging, but not too challenging. Although that, past level 3, it's pretty challenging. Yahoo! Stage 1. It's a tink. That's all you get. Ah, son of a bitch. Oh, that was weird. I hung on that note. Oh, wrong Raiden. I'm not sure which one you wanted to play. Oh, there goes my quarter. Yeah, this is an old school Raiden. Not that fancy new Raiden, although I did cover that game as well. So. Oh my goodness. Well, humanity. Wow, I kind of forget how lively the game is, especially after, you know, being so used to playing the home versions of these games. You know, where they tone down the action quite a bit. Not necessarily because they were trying to rebalance the game, but mainly because it was just systems at the time just had a hard time drawing all the sprites and the bullets and keeping the frame rate solid. Because you know, on the surface it doesn't seem like a very advanced game, but you know, if you think about the Super Nintendo and the Genesis of the time. You know, they took a crack at Raiden and they were largely unsuccessful. Yeah, I do wonder if the other Raiden titles will make it over. You know, Raiden 2 and Raiden 3, Raiden Fighters. It'd be nice to see them. I mean, last time I played Raiden Fighters was on the 360. They had a little collection of Raiden Fighters games. And Raiden's still going strong, you know, there's still new games being produced in the series. Got that trademark anime mecha's explosion sound. Ugh. Totally blew it. No. Oh, what difficulty? I just left it on. I just left it on regular difficulty. I think the scale is actually pretty high. I mean, this is about as hard as I remember the game being. I mean, my local arcade operators were kind of bastards. So, yeah, what do we have here? These are all defaults. Yeah, it's just normal difficulty. I mean, I guess we can try that. I don't imagine that being like a ton of fun, though. Certainly less fun for me, since I struggle at you know, even the most basic difficulty. But let's see. Yeah, for some reason this game sounds better than I remember the arcade sounding. Then again, you know, in an arcade environment, you know, you could basically only hear like 10% of an arcade cabinet speakers in the middle of, you know, every other video game, you know, blaring its own cabinet music. Like I said, it's been a long time since I played this, you know, the original game, and it's been a long time since it's been available, quite frankly. Gosh, yeah, son of a gun. Okay, that wasn't even anything any more difficult. That was me being dumb. Oh, the laser. Oh, well, that's okay. The laser might be appropriate on very hard. Ugh, this is why I'm not a big fan of the laser. There's just so much going on the screen. The Vulcan's, you know, much more useful. I mean, it's not too much harder. The bullets do move faster. You know, I say as I die. I think the fan favorite is 2. But honestly, I do like Raiden 1 better than 2. 2 does add that fancy homing laser. But I never really liked that laser. I always felt that the coverage was, you know, just kind of okay, and, you know, the power, it just felt like it was less powerful than the Vulcan. It was cool to look at, though. Yeah, I don't know if that's, like, I mean, that much more difficult, necessarily? It is more difficult. I mean, those bullets are whizzing by. I wouldn't say it's like 2 orders of magnitude more difficult. Of course, this is early. I'm sure by the time level 6 rolls around, it'll be near impossible for me to manage. But don't worry, I won't make this a 2-hour stream and have you watch me struggle. I just really wanted to see how well the conversion is, and you know, it's spot on. I was a little worried that the emulation on the Switch, you know, kind of wouldn't be there, but I guess I should have more faith in them too. Yeah, like I said, it is faster. I still think it's manageable though, at least at the early levels. Yeah, as I said, my favorite reworking of the music has been on the PC Engine CD, but you know, you know, not a lot of people have, you know, own or play that one. At least not in the States. Obviously, you know, I had to import that, and I think it was like, I want to say back even in 95, I think I got it. I mean, it was like $130 for me to import that in that old ass money. So probably today's money, it's more expensive. It was worth it though, to me at least. to get, you know, the closest conversion outside of having what was that computer? I can't remember. And it wasn't the FM Towns. One of the Japanese PCs actually had a spot on conversion. But I wasn't about to spend that kind of money to play Raiden. Okay, yeah, no, it's certainly getting more difficult. Yeah, I can see it now that I started bunching stuff up together. I thought they would, like, put more enemies on the screen, but not necessarily. It's kind of got a perfect setup anyway, so yeah, maybe putting more enemies in it would just totally throw off the way the game plays. I remember thinking when I first played this that it was like so much like Truxton, which I played on the Genesis when that came out. But of course, there's like some staff members from the old. Jeez, I can't think and dodge. I can't think. Period. Yeah, that's hard. I think it would be a challenge for me to go through that. But yeah, I can't tell any difference between the international version and the original Japanese release. Maybe later on there'll be something more significant. But as far as I can tell, it's basically the same. Maybe some of the language options are different? I'm really not sure. I mean, I'd love to try to play through the whole game of this, but I know some folks don't like my long videos. So yeah, definitely check out Arcade Archive's Raiden on Nintendo Switch. You can also get it on the PlayStation. I don't know if it's on the Xbox. Arcade Archive games on the Xbox are kind of spotty. You know, they did a lot of work initially for the Neo Geo, and then it seems like they kind of gave up trying to sell it to the audience. But for sure, if you want to play it on the PlayStation, you can. I don't think it necessarily benefits anymore from the PlayStation, unless you just prefer that controller. I'd say the scaling and the engine are pretty accurate. You're going to get the arcade experience if you remember the arcades. You have to be a little older, obviously. And yeah, it's a classic game. One of the best designed top-down shooters. It looks unassuming, and I know it just looks like a very plain 16-bit game, but it's much more than that once you get into it. So yeah, definitely check it out. You'll have fun. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.